welcome. I am playing Devil Daggers. I got handed this game on Steam a lifetime and probably some change ago, and I basically didn't record this. Whoops. Now you might be thinking to yourself, that's weird, I could have swore that Mac was last talking about Blood Drive. And the problem with Blood Drive is it's on 360, and I'm kinda lazy today, so I said, I'm sitting on the PC already, let's record something there. So I picked up, there's a couple of games that were put into a category for streaming and recording purposes. And this was in there, and I was like, oh yeah, I think this popped up on, was it the Game Grumps or somebody was playing this at one point? But I didn't watch that video, because I was like, oh, I was planning to stream that sometime, and I don't want it to be ruined by having seen someone else play it. And then we had a small problem. Yeah, I didn't bloody play the game then, so it didn't matter. Plus, I had to test this twice to get the audio right. So the sound of the game should be relatively low, but I should be still mainly here, audible over the game itself. The game's quite loud though in general, so apologies if it's overpowering on that part, but it shouldn't be. I made a whole 2 test recordings before this. But this is the game. Hold left click, auto fire, and skulls. And it's a fun high score type game. So, you know, if you were from an era where scores was the crowning achievement of everything, then, you know, you're probably from the 80s-ish in the gaming front. And you'll know all about how important high scores were once upon a Christmas. So there's big statues that spawn all this stuff. And I've been swarmed. And essentially your goal is to kill as many things while staying alive for as long as possible. I don't know what criteria the game goes by exactly, but it looks like it's largely about killing crystals and creatures. So, that's it in a nutshell. Just try and beat my high score now. Well, they've already handed me the dagger, which makes me wonder why they made a big thing about getting the dagger in the first place. But okay, so, lots of skulls. They're all very overtly friendly. And I'm guessing the game picks up in intensity as it goes on. I don't know what criteria it runs by, but I'm on a limited stage, because the first thing I did when I played this, my very first test recording, was fly off the level. Meaning there is an actual, like, boundaries and stuff. Luckily the boundaries aren't quite, you know, dating someone's teenage daughter strict, but oh god, these guys are getting close. Oh, that thing's running around on... Okay, alright. That definitely adds an element of danger. I don't know what that green thing on the floor was. Can I kill some of these things? Oh goodness, they're about to kill me. Okay, you all stay back. This is... Wow, okay. I think that was spiders or something there. But they killed me so hard it dropped me damn devil dagger. Okay. Infested, apparently. Ooh, fancy. So, yeah, this is the game, apparently. Just run around holding auto fire, so hold left click, and kill as many things as you can in the lifespan that you have. Just get better at it, rinse and repeat, I guess. Although the creatures definitely go up in magnitude as time goes on. I don't know what those red things are. I assume that's more high score. But it's really difficult to know for sure. So that's fun. Yeah, so giving you a rundown, Bobby has not returned from his 4-year-long dinner. It must be the greatest dinner that's ever been constructed. I don't know if I actually mentioned that in the channel, but yeah, Bobby appeared after waiting for his eternal lunch to end. And, oh, hi skulls. Oh, hi skulls. And, he hasn't appeared since. I've shown up at his house a couple of times. He did pop up one day where I thought, finally he's here to claim his prize and be the ultimate, you know, video game master or something. But nah, he just popped in. talked a few minutes and then bailed. No, no spiders. Never mind, it wasn't the spiders. I was apparently gored this time. I didn't know Rhino the Wrestler was in this, but here we are. I'm just behind the depressed panda. Neato! Well, at least I've defeated Bible facts. Whew, well, life goals and all that. I'm underneath the important powers of a depressed panda. Actually, I'm tied with a depressed panda, which is interesting. But I have defeated Bible facts, and let's face it, what else could you want in a video game? Yeah, so I have a couple other games I was looking to play, so, you know, this probably won't be the only one that I record on this particular session. I have a few other titles of which I'll admit that I want to play. But I've also had one long-term game I was thinking of streaming, but I might just turn into a long, like, you know, long video series, maybe, just for the fun of it. Because, it's been a game that's been sitting in my library for a lifetime, probably, and more than this. Ah, damn it. That I haven't gotten to. I planned to, but I hadn't, done that, so... I might just record as a long series for the channel, just because I might as well do something for the channel. Because, I've recently gotten work, since the last video. Like, in the last few weeks, I'm actually working. It's not the most normal work times, but it's relatively stable. It's just every third week I'm stuck with a weekend, so that sort of sucks. But, you know, I mean, I definitely can live with a weekend where I have to work every so often. That's not a big deal. But my recent adventure in work has caused a problem. Whereas, when things are quiet, we can't really do a whole lot. We're not really allowed to bring entertainment in. So, you know, I mean, you can't really go browsing YouTube or anything like that. Hell, my consumption of podcasts, my consumption of podcasts has went up astronomically. So, you know, that's the kind of workplace I'm in. They don't let you listen to music in your own thing, but you're not allowed to kind of play around on your phone or use the work's internet. And because I'm on a certain amount of time on probation, gotta make it look good, because, you know, I mean, I've been unemployed for a while, and I wouldn't mind some good, lasting, long-term employment again. But it recently put me in a spot where I wouldn't even say a little bit, a lot of boredom happened one day in particular. Because we had nothing to do, but we couldn't really entertain ourselves through any other means. The music I had on me wasn't quite cutting it, and I was, you know, low on podcasts that particular day. And that leads to a small problem, which is how do I defeat boredom whenever I'm not allowed to, you know, use entertainment? So, I realized pretty much at that point, that was possibly a good motivator for me to actually get shit done, because I often really forget, you know, the medium of entertainment has one particular goal, regardless of whichever one you pick, and that is to defeat boredom. That is basically the crucial crux point of the whole thing. You're trying to defeat boredom, usually through humor, but, you know, I mean, engagement's a totally legitimate thing. Facts of interest, you know, storytelling and so on. You know, the medium's massive, of course. Entertainment's got so many forms and shapes that, oh, I ran into that like an idiot. But because of that, I realized boredom was probably killing me one particular Wednesday about 2 weeks ago, because we were doing nothing, and the music wasn't doing enough for me. I was out of podcasts that day. I hadn't stocked up appropriately. And I realized that, you know, this was actually bugging me. Like, maybe doing 2 hours of nothing. And I just realized, like, that was the thing. That's the point that I've probably been overlooking a lot when in search of motivation, because that's been my biggest killer. I really am bad at getting myself motivated to stream, record, play things, do things. I should be really focusing on the very simple point that... Ow. That we shouldn't stand still. No, that I wanted to defeat boredom really, really badly. Because even if, like, I'm not the most entertaining guy in the world, which, you know, is fair enough, as long as I'm at least stopping someone else's boredom from going into overdrive, that's pretty much a goal right there. It's a motivator, it's a goal. It's super relatable because I just suffered that recently to the point where it really bugged me. It was a pretty good moment to kind of have where I went, oh wow, yes, this should be what I really should be spending some more of my energy on. Stopping boredom in its tracks, if not for me, with my endless, ceaseless ramblings and whatever, and weird off-tangent storytelling, then just as a particular point. And that was kind of a cool moment for me, because I never, you know, as fundamental and as simple a thing as it is. Wait, that red thing's not its weak point, it's the, a kind of bit above it. Oh, yeah. There's that edge, that level I was on a bit. Ouch. So, yeah. Kind of felt like, you know, I should definitely get back on the streaming horse, which I've been meaning to a couple of times. I wasn't in complete sort of, nah, I'm playing RPGs thing. That I sometimes do. Though I was playing Yakuza 6 a lot in the past month or so. Which is not as finished as it will be for me. I've done most of the main side quests. There was some extra optional stuff I could have done, but I didn't feel the need to keep going and doing any more than that. So, that's the game done as far as I'm concerned to the best of my actual current desire to play its ability. And, you know, plenty of other games to get through, of course, so that is something that I wish to make some efforts towards. I don't know what's devilly and daggery about this. You pick up a dagger at the start and then it's just a hold down left click simulator here, but here we are. So yeah, I really wanted to finally stream, put up a video, do things again. And I've been kind of put off somewhat sometimes by the sheer amount of RPGs I play, because I still maintain they're not the most interesting thing to watch. Some people just don't have it in them to sit through an RPG, which is completely understandable, not just from a playing standpoint, which is totally okay as well, but even from a sitting through a video of it standpoint. I think case in point was Tales of Symphonia was a pretty good Tales game, but I know a lot of people who couldn't sit through an actual playthrough of an RPG. But they would totally play it themselves. But, you know, I mean, I'm an RPG player, so for me, obviously, I'm going to play the hell out of something like that. But for other people, less so. Oh, go away, you. They get bigger? I think they get bigger over time. Yeah, I think those... Oh, that's bad. No, go away. New high score! I finally defeated the depressed panda. I don't really know how to feel about that, because it was a depressed panda. And I have, in fact, actually got better than the Get Good person. And I get to tie. No, do I get to tie? No, I'm considered a rank beneath them. But I'm underneath Janosh, which sounds like somebody took the first part of January, added the end of Hush, and went, ah, great, I have a name for my child now. And that person should feel sad. Because I think they could have probably have reached a bit further into the creativity pile for a name for someone, but oh well. You ever tried to create a name? It's really hard. Even my own one of Machine Annie Gun, which I use, that's just nonsense made up because I just wanted to have an account that I could use for everything. So I don't have to go and try and remember each name on each thing and worry about people taking it, because that's what happens whenever you go onto enough sites and people make enough usernames. Especially with the internet now as big and as long running as it is. A lot of good names are just taken up by people who just throw away their accounts because they don't remember passwords or just don't feel like putting in the effort. Hey, you can kill those things. Neat! It also reminds me of Goma from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with the whole one-eyedness thing, but... and the spewing of egg spawns and stuff. No! I was kind of hoping this was going to be a strafe to the left and you'll win sort of game, but it's really not. You could do that a bit, but definitely not to the degree I want. So, I'll probably do like 2 more runs of this and then that'll do for now, but there's a quick update video whilst also being a little bit too under pressure to coherently enjoy my own thoughts. But, yeah, I do want to kind of talk about RPGs in particular. If people don't mind, I guess I could do those, because, I mean, technically, it's not like this channel's never done RPGs before. Hell, we done, like, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for a bit, with really poor attempts at voice acting and just screwing around in general. But, you know, if people are kind of okay with RPGs, then sure, I guess I could do some, because, I mean, I play them comfortably and regularly enough. I mean, hell, Tales of Berseria is on my hit list at some point soon-ish. Yakuza I don't really count so much as an RPG, but it is a very dialogue-heavy game. God damn it. So, you know, I wouldn't stream Yakuza for fear of spoilers and stuff a lot of the time, but, well, not stream it, record it. But I don't mind streaming it too much if it's the ones I'm already familiar with the story of, like, I could play the 2 Kiwami games, for example. But as for on this channel, I don't know what I'd play exactly RPG-wise, but I have an abundance of RPGs, so I guess it just sort of depends if people want those or not, because, I mean, I can always just stream me playing them without anyone ever watching them, but, you know, I mean, that's just a waste of time then, because I'm going to feel like I have to talk my head off whenever there's no audience, then what's the point, you know? I mean, I'm not killing anyone's boredom there, not even my own. I'm already playing the game, and the game's already usually doing the boredom crunching all on its own. Most of the time, anyway. I mean, I can't guarantee it. All games are going to do that for me, but it's not all games are entertaining. There are some boring ones out there, I swear. I've met a few of them. Hell, we've possibly even played a few of them on the channel as well. Oh. Please stop spewing green crap. Ah, no. This is bad. Okay, this falls under pretty bad. Yeah, there we go. But, yeah, just let me know about RPGs. I've got some other videos in the works from hopefully even this recording session and beyond, because I got a bit of a motivator on being bored, overtly bored at work. I almost felt that getting paid a lot of money just to, well, not a lot, but, you know, good amount of money to just sit and complete boredom wasn't worth it. So, you know, bit of a kick up the arse of, my stream recording type ideals, because that was always my biggest killer, was being less bored, I guess, has been ultimately the goal of that. So there you go. I am sorry, Janusz, I'm just not good enough to get up to your particular level, but I will still, however, take solace in defeating the Gets Good and the Depressed Panda, who will now be understandably a little bit more down than usual. Hang in there, Depressed Panda. Hang in there, everyone. But that's enough for me for now. Look forward to whatever's next, I don't know what. And I'll see you next time, folks, with something else. Who knows? Bye-bye.